Hello ladies and gentlemen, Groovy Guy here. Today we're going to be having a look at Transformers Titans Return Deluxe Class Blurr with Hyperfire. And here he is here. I should say I have finished doing the modification on this guy to keep this guy as one piece instead of a Headmaster, Titan Master dude. So I'll just show, there's Hyperfire in there. And he's still attached in head mode. And he's still got all his wheels and stuff. I'm going to go into a bit of the modifications, some tips on doing that when we go into robot mode. So for now, here is his vehicle mode. It's very, very reminiscent of his G1 self. I do not have a G1 version of Blurr to show a comparison, but this is very similar to his animation model shown in the G1 cartoon, which is pretty cool. There's his gun. He's got this little bit detaches if you so wish. He's got a cockpit there, but he doesn't have a Titan Master going there anymore. So it's a bit of a moot point. You can, if you so wish, just keep the seat down for robot mode. But yeah, it's up to you how you want to display it. Like I said, this has been modified to keep the Titan Master as a head. So there's no real Titan Master seating in there anymore, or sitting in there anymore. Let's have a couple of quick comparisons, shall we? Here he is with his deluxe self from the Generations line a few years ago. This is the Takara version. So he's very, very shiny, very, very blue. And here he is with his mold mates, Brainstorm. So it's pretty cool that they can get two distinct characters and two similar, or two very distinct characters from a very similar mold. You can see the base mold there, and it looks pretty cool. It works for both characters. And also, just for a quick comparison, well, here's the Titan Master. I think this is HAYWIRE. This was released a few years ago. They released a few of the Target Masters a few years ago. I picked up most of them. So we're going to see if this guy can be wielded by this guy in robot mode. And speaking of robot mode, here are their robot modes. So here we got Blurr, Blurr, and Brainstorm. Blurr, 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 Blurr. Blurr, Blurr, and Brainstorm, and yeah, this Blurr actually looks pretty cool. He looks like his animation model from the old G1 cartoon. He's got a nice little flip up fin on his head. As I said, I've carved out all this to disable the Headmaster gimmick so it can be attached, but that's a real shame because for some reason HAYWIRE here easily has the most paint of any Titan Master I've seen yet. It's got silver arms, blue face, black legs. So it's really weird that they gave the Titan Master, who can easily, you know, have their feature muted, they've given him the most paint, which is a bit weird. But anyway, how about a couple of tips on how to actually achieve this, eh? Well, some of this was done by filing by hand, which I know now is a big mistake. I was using, I don't know where it's gone now. I had a big, huge file here. You know, one of those kind of files. Not like a manila folder. I wasn't trying to have a go at it with a manila folder. But I ended up purchasing a Dremel 200 2-speed rotary tool. And this has helped immensely. I think it was like 60 or 70 bucks just for a 2-second filing down job. But doing this by hand, well, let me just say I still have hand pains from gripping the metal file, so very, very hard. But if you're able to do it, it's well worth the effort. But when I was transforming him just then, the head still did come along when I pulled all this stuff back, so I might need to sort of put a little tiny dab of glue into the bottom of the neck there, just to keep the head attached. I mean, if I put glue at the very bottom, he'll still be able to turn his head and have full posability. But when you want to transform him, what you want to do is get the Titan Master legs kind of like this, and then when you transform him, just goes in like that, bends around, and yeah, like I said, I think I still need to do a little bit of sanding. I did have it before, but of course now that I'm recording, all that just wants to go out the window. So yeah, Blurr, if you can mod him, definitely recommend getting him. If you don't already have a Blurr, this Blurr can fill a pretty good spot in your shelf. For some reason he doesn't really have any Autobot symbols on him. This is the Hasbro version. No Autobot symbols, couple of stickers. He's got an Autobot symbol on his chest, no not chest, hood for his camo, but other than that, pretty blando, generico, painto jobbo. But yeah, he's okay. And just a little side note, here is, what's this guy's name? Blurr's little Target Master partner in his robot mode. He's a tiny little guy. But yeah, this is a Takara version. I'm going to have links to some of the products that I've listed, just so people who are watching the video and are interested in some of these pieces, they know what to look for and what they look like. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to have a link to my Transformers videos. I'm also going to have a subscribe button show up. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and you'll see me next time. Bye now.